Why am I happier being single? I will say, as a person who's been married twice, and I'm 48 years old, I am so much happier not having to take care of a man. And that's the irony of men, in my opinion, that they want to provide and protect. They want to provide what exactly? Stress? Because in my life, men have provided nothing but stress and disappointment. They've provided a lot of promises and no follow through. They've provided a lot of annoyance, a lot of messes, a lot of dishes in the sink and dumps in the toilet. Like, honestly, it's been a suck fest to be married to men. And I really, really tried with my second husband, especially because I thought, all right, I'm not going to up this time. But what happened is that the instant they get you, they devolve. They lose all sense of knowing how to do anything. And I honestly think at this point that they get a wife so they can have a house slave. Like, why else would they get married? They would just stay alone and supposedly bang whoever they want, which is also a myth because they're not. And so then a lot of people think, my family, that I should date again and whatever. And supposedly, fine, Mr. Right, finally. That's freaking hilarious, man. I'm 48 years old, like I said. I make good money. Guys who make the money that I make and do the type of jobs that I do, they don't want a 48-year-old woman. They want a 24-year-old woman. And guys who are my age who would want me to take care of them because they're poor. So I just can't imagine, I can't imagine even attempting to find my equal. I never have. A partner? A man who actually wants me for me. My ex-husband did, my second one. But he also wanted a slave and a mom.
Women's locker room talk is us talking about how we are less stressed on our own. Here's the thing, okay? My ex, I was married. I was already married. I already did the thing, right? The thing that I'm supposed to do. I did it. And I was doing everything. You know, when I moved out of the house, he insinuated he was going to take over the house, okay? I wasn't going to take possession of the house. He was going to keep it. He was going to pay me out for the house, right? And tell me why when I went by the house in the fridge, when we finally sold the house, because he admitted he couldn't keep it clean and keep on top of it because he didn't realize how much I was doing. I went to the house and the weeds, I shit you not, in the backyard, I'm 5'10". The weeds were like here on me. I cried when I saw my backyard because I was like, oh my God, I spent years taking care of this and this is what it looks like. I went inside to clean out the house because the other people needed to take possession and he wasn't doing it. He had been living there, but he wasn't doing it. So I went into the fridge and do you know what I found in the fridge? All over the inside of the fridge that he was eating out of? Mold. He hired a cleaner to come in and clean the bathrooms to help out because it was just too much to do. The cleaner came up to me afterwards and goes, Sierra, I don't know the last time those were cleaned. When I moved out, because you know what I realized when I moved out? For the 5.5 years together, I think he cleaned the bathroom once. He clogged the drain with his hair, shaving his head over the sink, but he cleaned the bathroom one time. We call this invisible labor, right? When I was with him, I got fed up because I used to do his laundry, my laundry, our son's laundry, all three of us, okay? I throw the laundry in the washing machine, put it in the dryer, take it out, go upstairs, fold all the laundry, put away his clothes in a specific order because he liked his clothes to be put away specifically, okay? And so I'm like, oh, I did all of the things. I checked all of the boxes because I'm sitting here going, I'm going to get yelled at if I don't. So I'm checking all of the boxes. I put away all of the clothes. He comes home and he complained about his underwear. The underwear that he had was put away and folded in a way he didn't like. And I remember looking at him and going, you're actually complaining about this right now? And he's like, well, I just don't like it when I pick it out and it looks that way. And I was like, you're actually going to complain right now about how I folded your laundry? He goes, well, I'm like, no. Let's get this straight right now. You're going to complain about how I went upstairs, grabbed your laundry basket, brought it downstairs, put it into the washing machine, put the soap in, turned it on, took it out, put it in the dryer, turned that on, took it out, brought it back upstairs again, folded it, hung all of your clothes, and you're gonna sit here and complain that it wasn't the way you liked your underwear folded, the thing that goes on your booty hole. And he just stared at me, and I never did his laundry again. If something was thrown in my laundry, I got a separate laundry hamper. If something was thrown in my laundry hamper, I put it back in his. I didn't wash anything. And when I moved out, he realized he also had to do my son's laundry. Now, here's the thing about people or men who are misogynistic like that church. I wonder why in the last video I said that people in church culture tend to be misogynistic. I wonder where that's coming up, right? But anyways, you're not threatening anybody with a bad time in having cats and being alone and going to your family for Christmas, not having a kid to do it with. That's not terrible. That's not terrible compared to that situation where you're doing absolutely everything. I was shoveling the driveway, okay? I'm mowing the lawn at 39 weeks pregnant, mowing the lawn, okay? Right at the end of my pregnancy, I'm about to pop. I'm mowing the lawn in 30-degree weather. 30-degree weather. Because here's the thing, do you know what happened? Okay, when I was 6 months pregnant, I had my dog pass away. It was very traumatic. Clearly a lot of traumatic things have happened to me, but my dog passes away on a walk, okay? Thankfully, I had gotten a puppy for my ex as his Christmas present when I was pregnant so that it would be trained by the time we had the baby, right? So that dog passes away. We have this new puppy. It's like a year old maybe when the baby is born. Now here's more, okay? I'm 3 months postpartum, and unfortunately my aunt unalives herself. So I'm dealing with all of that trauma, okay? All of those things going on. And do you know what my ex says? He goes, I volunteer at the dog shelter and there's this really cute dog. And I go, I don't think I can take on another dog. And he goes, no, like, just come see her. You have to come see her. So we bring our dogs, because we had the dog that passed away, my old dog, this one down here that I still have. Her name is Callie. And the new puppy, okay? The new puppy, still alive. That dog, still alive. Takes me to the shelter. And he's like, bring the dogs, because, like, see if they get along. So I'm going, and I've said no to this dog 6 or 7 times. I go to the shelter, I meet the dog. It's a nice dog. It's a huge dog, okay? 70, 80-pound dog. And I look at her, she's a year old, and I'm like, she's really sweet, but honestly, I can't take care of her. And he's like, no, it'll be fine. And I look at them, and I'm like, okay, if we say we wanted to, what's the process? And they looked at me and they go, what do you mean? And I'm like, if we wanted to adopt her, what's the process? They're like, no, he already applied last week. You've been approved. This is pickup. So I'm sitting there looking at this dog that is now my responsibility, on top of the old dog I have that is amazing, this other puppy at home, okay? And my newborn. Overwhelmed. Now you want to sit here and pretend to me that situation is better than having 7 cats and living alone. Because again, remember, during all of this, while I'm taking care of these 3 dogs, a newborn, I'm doing all of the laundry, I'm mowing the lawn, I'm shoveling the driveway, I'm making the food, and he starts a fight one time because after cleaning the kitchen, I put a candy in my mouth and put the wrapper on the counter. He goes, you really gonna do that? And I'm like, what? And he goes, you're gonna put that there? And started a 2-hour fight over it. What part of that beats 7 cats and being alone? I'm sorry. I don't want to say I would even take an STI or an STD, but honestly, probably would rather take a Z-Pack for a week than be trapped in that for 20 minutes.